What's going on, everyone? It's Epoxy, and welcome to the 5th episode of Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. I haven't said that in over 10 months. It's really been an eye-opener making this episode on how little I've been uploading, how little I've accomplished, and how many people I have let down that subscribed to me over a year ago during the Fallout 4 hype, and I really want to apologize for that. It has to be my biggest mistake I've ever made in my whole entire life, and it's really not that funny, but it's kind of funny at the same time. It's one of the stupidest things when you think about it. However, that is going to be changing, thankfully, with the new weekly upload schedule for the channel. I uploaded a video a few days ago. If you want to go ahead and check it out, it's at the top of the description, somewhere at the top. It's one of the first 3 lines. Click on that link and it'll bring you to the upload schedule video, and then you can learn all about what you'll be seeing on the channel every single day of the week. And that's pretty damn awesome that you get to know what's actually going to be uploading instead of what I've done in the past where I just upload whatever I want, whenever I want. Now I actually get to execute my videos instead of me just sitting here in my chair not knowing what I'm doing with my life. But long story short, we're back to daily uploading starting today with Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. You came here for the mods, so without further ado, let's roll the intro. Fallout 4 UI mods haven't exactly been the most impressive. There have been some good ones, but they often don't really play well with others. So that's why HUDFramework by Registrator 2000 is the #1 essential mod of the week. A UI framework that makes it possible for mods to add new UI elements to the HUD, allowing all new pretty things to show up on your screen. It's currently only available on the Nexus, but there are some mentions of consoles on the mod page. It doesn't make any noticeable changes on its own, but it completely changes the possibilities of HUD mods in Fallout 4. And to break it down into what's possible, according to the mod page and also the next 2 mods that I'll be showcasing, on-screen clock showing in-game/real time, companion status widget, survival stats widget, custom crit meter outside of VATS, weapon wheel, companion wheel, custom crosshair, hide specific UI elements, so we'll hopefully see a full version of iHUD from Gopher, and more. Essentially what this mod means for Fallout 4 is anything that has been possible with UI mods in previous games is now possible with HUDFramework, and I'd say you can expect a good amount of UI mods releasing in the near future. Hopefully we'll have some to cover for next week. But we already have 2 HUD mods that require HUDFramework for this week, both by the mod author of HUDFramework themselves, Registrator 2000. Absolute modding beast. 3 mods in 1 episode. I'd say that's pretty awesome. We've got HoloTime HUD clock widget, again by Registrator 2000, which adds a HUD widget that displays the current game time or real world time, which you can tweak using commands. It's currently only available on the Nexus, but again, we may see a console form if HUDFramework is uploaded to Bethesda.net. As for the settings that you could tweak, you can move, scale, set opacity, and change between game time and real world time for the HUD widget, all of which can be done using the console commands shown on the mod page. It does require a little more work than being able to use the keyboard arrows to move around elements like we've seen in New Vegas HUD mods, or using an MCM menu like we've seen in Skyrim, but it's still easy enough to make this mod well worth a little bit of work. Using console commands can be quite tedious if you have multiple mods that need tweaking, but according to the mod page, we'll have to wait for a mod configuration menu like we've seen for previous games. Probably won't happen until F4SE is more advanced, or it might just take a little bit more time to see an MCM, which is definitely something I cannot wait for. You could be getting this mod to just know the in-game time without having to open up your Pip-Boy every single time, or to keep track of how much time you're wasting in your actual life. It's definitely a good mod to have either way. Our last HUD framework related mod is Companion Status HUD, again by Registrator 2000, also currently only available on the Nexus. If you've ever found yourself being annoyed with not knowing if your companion is at full health or is about to be smacked onto the ground, this mod is definitely for you. This mod adds a HUD widget that displays your companion's health and stats, and up to 10 companions can be monitored at one time. Stats will be displayed when companions enter combat and will automatically fade out once your companion is at full health and out of combat. You can now finally have an improved situational awareness of your companion's fighting ability. If they're low on health, call them back, and then you can toss them off the bridge to finish the job. I've never been a fan of companions in Fallout 4, so I might as well just kill them off now that I know that they're weak. But in all seriousness, this mod can greatly impact the way that a battle can go down. Again, you can change the position scale and set the opacity for this widget by using the commands on the mod page. Now, what would Fallout 4 Mods Weekly be without weapon mods? I honestly don't even want to think about it, so we've got two for this week. First, M1 Garand, a World War II classic by ASXAS. Thought I would decide not to pronounce that. Currently available on the Nexus and Bethesda.net for PC, and it's also available on Xbox One. The M1 Garand spawns on gunners or at vendors at around level 17 plus, and the M1 Garand bayonet spawns on gunners, raiders, and at vendors at level 13 plus. There's also two legendary variants of the gun placed in the world, This Machine and Blue Betty, with their own custom stuff. Have fun finding them, or feel free to read the mod page to get them the cheating way. But for weapon statistics, it deals 54 damage using 308 rounds, DPS of 200, fire rate of 37, range of 203, and has an accuracy of 66. Note that during installation there's also a 1.5 times and a 2 times damage options if this base damage doesn't quite cut it for you. As for weapon modifications, it's got 5 receivers, 5 sights and scopes with varying magnifications, 3 muzzle mods, 4 tape options, 2 of which are exclusive to the legendary versions of the M1 Garand. Overall, this is a very well made weapon mod, not just because it looks amazing, but the extra work done for the weapon modifications, adding it to the level list, the 2 legendary variants, one of which having an in-game hint to where it is, and of course having an Xbox One version of the mod, wrapping it all into a nice little present for the holidays. None of that has to be done by mod authors, but ASXAS went through the effort of doing so, and that's why I love their weapon mods. As for our second weapon mod of the week, 1022 Pistol by Bloodmeat08, currently only available on the Nexus, is actually a re-upload of a mod released a few weeks ago that had actually been accidentally taken down off the Nexus by the mod author themselves. So I thought I'd go ahead and let you all know about it in case you hadn't seen it the first time it was uploaded. The weapons can be found in the first house leaving Red Rocket entering Concord off to the right side of the road. As for the weapon statistics, it deals 27 damage, 207 DPS, 74 fire rate, 119 range, and 37 accuracy. As for weapon modifications, on the pistol, it's got 8 receivers, 2 sights, 1 scope, 1 silencer, and 2 mags. But for the shotgun variant, it's got 4 receivers, 2 barrels, 2 mags, and 2 sights. This weapon mod is very well crafted, but it does have the downside of throwing all the weapons into a single building and not really adding any backstory or anything to it. I see why this weapon mod wouldn't be added directly into the level list. It's definitely got its very unique look compared to other weapons in the game, so it wouldn't really fit in the level list, but I would have loved to seen a more smooth way of including it in the game rather than just slapping it in a building in Concord right at the beginning of the game. Again, I absolutely love this weapon and the quality is top notch, but finding a better way to include weapon mods is a cherry on top, for me at least. It's not a deal breaker, but it makes this mod a lot less intriguing, especially for an actual playthrough of the game. With that said though, it's still a very well made weapon mod, and I've always enjoyed Bloodmeat08's work. In a world where Fallout and BioShock are mixed, out comes FalloutShock Apartment by Bloodmeat08. Yeah, he's so good at modding. He's got yet another mod in this week. FalloutShock Apartment is a mod that brings the style of BioShock into the world of Fallout 4 in the form of a player home. The mod is currently available on the Nexus for PC, and it's also available on both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Located off the coast of Fort Strong, you'll find a dock entrance to the FalloutShock Apartment. Enter by activating the chair and you'll load into the apartment. Other than the entrance room, it includes a living room, bedroom, and bathroom. If you want to classify anything else as a separate room, feel free to do so. I'd say this mod does an amazing job capturing the style of BioShock, especially when you figure out that this mod uses only vanilla assets, hence it being available on PlayStation 4. Not only is all the clutter and the items in the apartment well thought out and placed, but the underwater window takes this player home to the next level. Like honestly, what kind of FalloutShock apartment would this be if it weren't to have a underwater window? It's absolutely beautiful. This is definitely one of my favorite player homes for Fallout 4 that I've seen yet. FalloutShock Apartment does an outstanding job at mixing Fallout and BioShock in the form of a player home while staying useful and being available to all platforms. And that's why I'm giving it the official Mod of the Week award. The links to all the mods on their available platforms can be found in the description below. But that is it for Fallout 4 Mods Weekly episode 5. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to smack that like button down below and subscribe to join the good fight if you haven't already. It'd be super greatly appreciated, as always. So until next time, this is Epoxy, signing off.